Good morning, everyone. My name is Joe, and this is the first episode of Monday Mornings with Joe. And you could call this, I guess, the pilot episode. I've never done anything like this before, but I hope that you will enjoy it, and I hope that you will get some things out of this. And if you have any feedback for me, please do feel free to share it, because I want to make this as entertaining and as enjoyable for you as I possibly can. I'm going to go ahead and have three things on this particular podcast. The first is going to be things that I have learned over the course of self-transformation over the past several months. And then I'm also going to share with you a happy and healthy habit that you can engage in so that you can try to improve your own life. And then I'd like to stand on my soapbox for just a moment to talk about a key issue that is confronting our country right now. So the first thing I want to talk about is something that I have learned over the past couple of months. And I was reading a great book called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And there's a point that he makes in that book. And the point is that things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. And I think what he's getting at is he's talking about discipline, stick-to-itiveness, making a plan and sticking to it. Good habits are very difficult to develop and maintain. It's really easy for people to simply say, it won't hurt if I skip it just this once. And it's very easy to do that every day. So one day turns into 2 days, 2 days turns into 4 days, and pretty soon you're not doing what you set out to do. And in the book, Jeff Olson shows on graphs different directions that people can take. They can either take a long and slow direction down to disaster or a long and slow direction up to victory. It's all about incremental improvements day over day. And there are times that you can try to be successful with getting things done that you want to get done, particularly if you make time for them. There are times in the day that you are not distracted, and those are really the times that you can go ahead and do those things that are part of your self-improvement projects. For instance, early in the morning, I've been getting up over the last couple of months on weekdays generally at 5 a.m. and then on weekends about 6 a.m. And I found that to be very useful because that's a time in the day when I am not distracted. I find my ability to focus during those times is very good because I'm not getting phone calls, I'm not getting work notifications, I'm not getting emails, there's no breaking news, and it's a great time for me to be productive. So what do I do when I'm not distracted? Some of the things that I do so that I can maintain my health and improve myself over the period of time by doing small things is that I pray, I read the Bible. Currently I'm on a plan to read the entire Bible in a year with a mix of Old and New Testament. I also exercise, and I try to listen to podcasts while I exercise because I feel like that's a good way to get some nourishing information into my head while I'm working out. So I'm nourishing my body as well as my mind. And then I also practice my language lessons. I use Duolingo, the language app, which I'm having a great time with. I took Spanish for 5 years in high school, and so what I'm doing now is I'm refreshing that Spanish, and I'm also learning French for the first time. My friend does not speak French, but I gave her this phrase that you see below because she got a dog last October, and she's enjoying the adjustment to dog ownership, and it's pronounced Il y a un chien dans mon lit, which means there's a dog in my bed. The point of all of this is to say, if you don't think you have time to improve your life, then make time. Find a time during the day when you are not distracted, when you have not a lot of other things going on so that you can take time to be successful. The second thing I want to talk about in this particular podcast is a healthy habit that you can do to help improve your life. One thing I did back in the month of February is that I took the initiative to email a new person every day and start a new conversation. And these a lot of times were people I hadn't talked to in quite a long time. And so I reached out to people, I sent a bunch of emails, I tried to think of specific things. These were people who were not necessarily friends, although I did have some very close friends that I emailed, but really acquaintances, people I had lost touch with over time. And of course, I sent emails and some people didn't respond, but I also got a good amount of responses, and I did at least 3 FaceTimes with people that I hadn't talked to in a very long time, and I really appreciated that. But again, not everyone's going to respond, and that's okay. And one of the FaceTimes that I had, which was really nice, was actually with my old college debate partner who lives out in Ohio with his family, and that was really nice to be able to reconnect with him and talk about what's going on in the world of high school debate and college debate, because I'm still very involved in those areas. And so that's something that you can try for yourself. Perhaps in the month of May, perhaps in June, at some point, just try this idea of starting a new email thread with somebody every day so that you can start conversations. And you never know what will come out of those because you may be mining for gold in places where you didn't expect to. The The final thing I would like to go on is a bit of a soapbox. And there's a lot of discord right now in this country. I believe that we can do a lot better than the idea of my way or the highway. I believe that this country is big enough for anybody who salutes the American flag. There's a really big difference between civil and spirited debate, which is necessary for us to get to the truth and for us to solve many of the problems that face our country, and the type of cancel culture and politics of personal destruction that we have been seeing. What we have going on right now isn't getting us any closer to answers to many issues that are facing us. And the question I have of all of this is who really benefits? Because you look at what's going on and almost nobody benefits. It's more destruction than anything else. It's the media and entertainment complex that seems to benefit the most because it's clickbait, it's ratings, it gets attention. So I think it's very important that we all do our best to step back, be reasonable, and acknowledge each other's common humanity. Try to work with each other on things that we agree on, and then that will make it so that we have a foundation so that when we do disagree, it can be civil and respectful, and we can go ahead and solve as many of our problems as we can and still like each other at the end of the day. That's really all I have to say today. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for spending a few minutes of your time with me. Have a great Monday. Thank you so much for your attention, and I am looking forward to seeing you next week. God bless you, and if you have any feedback, please feel free to drop it in the comments or send me a message. Thank you.